Toronto people, have you seen this? People in Toronto are still scratching their heads over a strange sight. Who left a car dangling from a bridge? According to the Toronto Star, the blue sedan was found empty and without license plates hanging from the Millwood Bridge early on Wednesday morning. Although it didn't pose any safety risks, local authorities have identified the incident as a case of mischief. Toronto police initially thought the car was for a movie stunt, but later confirmed no filming permits had been issued. The vehicle was safely taken down by firefighters. Local authorities have launched an investigation on the prank and asked the public to share any info in regards to it. More questions have mounted as the investigation goes on. Questions like, how do you suspend a car 5 stories off the ground? Are parking fees really that expensive in Toronto? And what is the meaning behind the prank? Tomo Sapiens, do you have the answer?
Bad dog, bad dog. Finn, a mixed breed, was walking off the leash on a trail with his human Reed Thompson and Thompson's girlfriend in Ontario, Canada on Sunday. Finn usually stays close by, but that day he caught a whiff of deer and went into hound mode, ignoring commands to return. Thompson told Fox News Finn chased Bambi along a road through a hospital and back onto another road. He said the two animals tangled for a bit before scaling a guardrail and coming to some ice. But while Rudolph got away, Finn was put in the doghouse after being nabbed by Canada's finest. This photo went viral on Twitter, spawning #FreeFinn and dog versus deer memes galore. Reportedly, the pup was later released, but his owners received a very un-Canadian talking to about animal control and keeping dogs on the leash. Finn, meanwhile, seems to be doing fine. No word on the deer, though. Maybe next time, buddy. Canadian man sorry he ate his pet pig, Molly. A British Columbia man who adopted a rescued pot-bellied pig but then ate it is now apologizing after getting slammed online. Molly the pig was one of 57 oinkers rescued and nursed back to health by the BC SPCA. She was adopted in January and was dinner by February. In a since-deleted Facebook post, the man said Molly tried to break through a glass door and was aggressive toward a dog. The man and his girlfriend then did what most animal lovers would do. They made Molly into Canadian bacon. The bro is now apologizing after receiving some very un-Canadian-like messages online and over the phone. So you know it's sincere. Needless to say, the BC SPCA was less than pleased when they found out, and so was the rest of Canada. Seagulls trash man's hotel room for some pepperoni. Remember that time you left the window open? A Canadian man who had his luxury hotel room trashed by seagulls over some pepperoni in 2001 has finally been pardoned. Nick Birchill was banned from the Fairmont Empress in Victoria, British Columbia in 2001 after the feathery fiasco. Birchill said in a Facebook post that he was bringing some pepperoni to some naval friends on the West Coast back in April of '01. He wanted to keep the meat cool, but his room had no fridge, so he plopped some pepperoni out on his table and windowsill to chill. Then he went for a 4 to 5 hour walk. When he came back, he found an entire flock of hungry seagulls, around 40 he claims, going to town on his meats and his room. According to Birchill, the room was all feathers, seagull doo-doo, and chunks of pepperoni everywhere. In an attempt to clear the room out, he tossed a shoe at a seagull, which ended up going out the window. Only problem was that he needed that shoe for a meeting. Birchill eventually made it to his meeting, but then later got a letter from the hotel saying he was banned for life. In March, after he penned an apologetic letter to the hotel asking for their forgiveness, they finally lifted the ban. Model's eyeball inking goes dreadfully wrong. Meet Kat Gallinger. She's a 24-year-old model from Ottawa, Canada. As you can tell from these photos, she's a fan of getting inked. Recently, she was convinced by a tattoo artist to try something a bit more extreme, in the form of a purple eye tattoo. But that procedure went oh so horribly wrong. It went so bad that the infected eye began seeping purple ink. Immediately after the botched inking, Kat went to hospital.
There, she was put on a course of antibiotics, but they caused the eye to swell and become completely shut. Next, docs tried steroid treatment, but they made the infection clump. And chances are Kat's now going to have some sort of permanent vision damage. She shared her story because she doesn't want others to suffer the same fate. The procedure's creator, Luna Cobra, inked his first eyeball tattoo 10 years ago and filmed it. He says this inspired many unqualified copycats around the globe. Cobra told Newsweek this happens all the time all over the world. He's trying to get it banned.